No yawning so early in the meeting.
You're all set.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Shamong Township Committee meeting of May 5, 2026. We'll ask you to do the call to order, please, Lisa. Or the sunshine statement.
Please be advised, proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
And we'd invite everyone to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Do the roll call, Lisa.
Mr. Diamond?
Here.
Mr. DeCroce?
Here.
Ms. Bezaitis?
Here.
Mr. Southwick?
Here.
Mr. Woods?
Here.
I'd like to make a couple of comments before we begin with the public comment. I'll give you a brief update on the EMS services in Shamong. Members of the subcommittee met last week to assess where we are and we discussed what next steps are there. We're actively exploring all available options to determine what will best serve our residents, specifically how to deliver the highest quality emergency services with the fastest response times at the lowest possible cost. Historically, EMS in Shamong, as most of you know, has relied on volunteers. While that model served our community well for many years, it's no longer sustainable on its own. As a result, we are evaluating alternatives that will ensure consistent and reliable coverage going forward. We have invited several surrounding EMS providers to submit proposals so we can compare service levels, response times, and cost. Our goal is to secure the best possible combination of value and service for our community. We want to be transparent. Any transition to a more formalized EMS structure will likely result in a tax increase. That said, we're committed to keeping any increase as low as possible while we still ensure that our residents receive the emergency care that they deserve. We will continue to keep the public informed as we move through this process. And Lisa, we have another subcommittee meeting scheduled for the 21st, I believe. Is that correct? Okay, at that time, we're going to invite other people from towns surrounding and other entities that may want to be interested in providing us with their service, and we'll provide an update at the next meeting. I also want to take a moment to provide you with an important update regarding our municipal budget and what it may mean for your property taxes. Like many communities, we're facing significant cost pressures. The most notable is the transition of the EMS, which I just talked about, from volunteer-based model to a paid professional service. With our volunteer EMS, they served us well, thank you, Dave, for many, many years. And this change is now necessary to ensure reliable coverage and timely emergency response for our residents. In addition, we are experiencing rising healthcare costs, standard cost of living increases, and the need for critical capital investments, including the purchase of our new fire truck, which was more than $700,000. Compounding these changes and challenges, we have also seen a reduction in state aid, which you're all aware of. As a result of these combined factors, a tax increase will likely be necessary. Please know that this is not a decision that we take lightly. We remain committed to managing your tax dollars responsibly, making thoughtful and necessary investments, and maintaining the high level of service that you expect and deserve. Every effort is being made to minimize the impact on our residents while ensuring public safety and essential services are not compromised. We'll continue to treat every resident with respect and courtesy. We pledge to keep taxes as low as possible while meeting the needs of our community. Thank you. I'll now open it up to public comment for agenda items only and ask you to be respectful of your comments and your time. Anybody have anything to say? Seeing and hearing none? Almost. It was a slow get up.
Wait and see if anybody else speak up. Bill Ryan, One Stony Creek Court.
Welcome, Bill.
So I appreciate your comments as it relates to both the budget. I would have hoped that we at least would have maybe had a paper document or some sort of document available to take a look, see something line by line, or at least.
It's made available once it's approved for introduction.
No, I understand.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, making sure, trying to get that done. And as it relates to the EMS, hoping that there'll be a bit more transparency in this other than saying we're looking at other towns and other solutions. Because last time it was done at the last minute and no one knew until it happened. But more importantly, as it relates to a couple of these resolutions you have on the docket for today, talking about the FY27 state budget and some of these other initiatives, the FY27 state budget hasn't happened. So talking about $94 million being spread evenly or appropriately hasn't happened. There's no fund to do it. The legislative process won't happen until June, the end of June at best. So I think it's a bit premature and kind of points the finger at others to blame what has not been able to be accomplished here. Because I don't know what happened to the economic development strategy, which was, hey, we're going to become the cannabis capital of the world. Hey, we're going to become, the grower. None of these projects have come to fruition, and there's been no update. So, and then
Wouldn't we have to preempt the state budget in requesting that this doesn't happen? Or would you rather us wait till it happens and then request that it didn't happen?
no, I understand that putting out a resolution, right,
Yeah.
has no force
So,
other than to say we want to.
okay.
So I'm assuming that you're supporting the governor's budget proposal of that, or you would prefer, the other alternative would be to prefer to do other work to raise that amount of money, or to have a special strategy that would maybe earmark funding for rural communities as opposed to what's currently existing. All right. One of the initiatives I do know that the governor put out there was to increase the shared service incentive, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That would have been beneficial to maybe, if you're going to keep doing resolutions, maybe that's going to take.
Yeah, I was just commenting on the.
No, I appreciate that, right? But
Yeah.
the fact that it's being done, I'm just pointing out that none of these things are actually happening at the moment. So sitting there saying we passed a resolution has the force of a piece of paper. That's about it. All right.
As all resolutions do.
What? Exactly.
Anybody else have any other comments? Identify yourself for the record.
My name is Heather McGarvey for Sandstone Court, and I wanted to talk about the A4860, the fairness in school funding that you guys have on the agenda, and I'm hoping you're voting to support this. I've met with several of it's a bipartisan bill, and it would greatly help our schools right now. So I don't think things were communicated well to the board last time. So the schools are looking at cutting 10.5 positions between teachers and staff this year. There will be no instrumental music going forward as the budget stands right now. The issue is not just the $65,000 lost in state funding, but there was also $60,000 in grants and an increase in $310,000 in the medical and benefits packages went up for everybody, not just townships, but schools as well. So there is a much more significant deficit in Shamong than $65,000. So this bill they have is to address the fact that we have less ratables, not just the Pinelands, but Highlands has the same issues, that they're restricted in their development, so they have less ratables. And this would be additional funding for the schools that would lessen our tax burden a little bit. It's for Shamong, it's proposed to be like 2.5 million. So I think that would help us get through the next couple of years till they readjust the S2 funding. I'm just curious if Mr. Woods has any input on this or knowledge.
No longer my field of profession, but
Okay.
I think any just in general, anything passed that has to do with increasing the budget might be tough, because all signs point to Cheryl trying to do, an austerity budget in what is, she's acknowledged that we're behind. Spending was out of control, and we didn't have the revenues to keep up with it. So if I had to guess, I would say it would be hard for them to pass something along this magnitude. Doesn't mean that I don't think it would be a great bill to pass. And I hope it does get passed for our community. But yeah, that would be my guess. But
Yeah, I was just curious. your
I hope
input on
I'm
the
wrong.
inside.
I hope
Well,
I'm-
even if they gave us half of what we're asking for would be great, because it's not just here, it's Tabernacle, it's all the Pinelands towns, and the Highlands have the same issues up in North Jersey at the very top,
Alright.
so,
think we have a very inequitable system. I 100% agree with you.
yeah.
I have also written a letter and been in contact with the governor's office asking if they would take a second look at the Pinelands community, specifically Shamong, and see if they can help with this deficit that we have for the school. And Lisa, has that letter been put up
Yeah.
on our web? And you can see that letter on our webpage. So we'll keep you posted on that. Okay, anybody else have anything? Yes, ma'am. Good evening and welcome.
Hi, my name is Janet Bowers. I live at 389 Stokes. I belong to the Pinelands Young at Heart Senior Citizens Group, and I am the person, the volunteer who runs the trips for them. And I would just like you to consider giving some money to Pinelands Young at Heart seniors so that I can continue to keep the cost of trips down for the senior citizens. I run a trip a month, sometimes two a month. We go to Lancaster, we go to Penns Peak, we go to Shawnee, we go to LBI. Always they get a hot lunch, they have a show, sociability. I play bingo on the bus. I do trivia, I give out prizes, I give out birthday bags. I give out candy. Grab that candy. Sugar is always good. I give out free water. And we have insurance through the Pinelands Young at Heart Senior Citizens, and it's pretty expensive, and it helps when we have our meetings. We meet at the Hampton Lakes Firehouse. We include Shamong, Tabernacle, Medford Lakes, Medford, Mount Holly. We have seniors from all around. But anyway, I would like you to consider giving us some money so that I can continue to keep the cost of the trips down. I have given low cost, reduced price trips to seniors that are in financial problems. I've given out a few free trips to people here in Shamong. Anyway, please consider it. I don't make any money. Pinelands Young at Heart doesn't make any money. I charge what the bus company charges me. That's why my trips are always full and popular, because I'm not star and I'm not making a profit. It all goes back into the club or the regular cost. So anyway,
Thank you, Janet. I've heard good things about what you're doing. We appreciate.
sorry.
I've heard very good things about what you're doing.
Thank
So
you.
I appreciate what.
We
what
have a
you're
lot of fun.
That's great.
How many, I have a question. I have a question for you. How many Shamong residents go on your trips? Do you have a number?
How many?
Yes.
From Shamong or?
Yes, from Shamong.
Probably about 10.
Okay.
I fill up the bus at about 40, 45, depending on where we're going or whatever. So it's, people, they don't have to belong to the club to go on my trips, and many of them don't. But the trips is the thing that is the attractive thing, where they get out and they meet people, they have a nice hot lunch. I tell a lot of jokes, we have a good time.
Thank you.
Dave, you're almost old enough to go. Thank you, Janet. Appreciate it.
Mayor,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
I can just add clarification, because I think you were absent for the budget review that we had done in January. We had reviewed with the board some of the requests for nonprofit donations.
Yes.
We had received a few, so that item wasn't decided on at that time.
I recall that, yeah, as well. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Janet. We'll consider that. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Seeing and hearing none, we'll close this portion of the meeting to the public comment. Thank you all for your comments, and move now to items for discussion and possible official action. Approval of the April 7th, 2026 regular and executive meeting minutes. Everybody had an opportunity to review it. If so, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Bezaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the donation of the microchip scanner from Out of the Woods Rescue. Any questions or comments on that? If not, can we have a motion?
We don't need a
We don't need a
motion.
motion. We just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want me to lead it for?
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
And can you explain how that works? And
So at the, Chrissy Calor Lexington Court Out of the Woods Rescue, at our recent rabies clinic, we microchipped 14 animals. I don't have the final number of how many animals we gave vaccines to, but out of the animals that were there that day, we were able to microchip 14, which was great. So, this microchip
64.
scanner, what was it?
64.
That's awesome. So hopefully next year we can get that number up. I will say a lot of the animals that came out were already microchipped, which was really great. Any animal that's adopted from a rescue agency, an animal shelter, those animals are already automatically microchipped per state law. So that's with microchipping, that's kind of a great thing that those animals were already taken care of, but we were able to do 14 out of that 64 that needed those microchips. So I'm going to get that data over to you, Lisa, so we can hopefully implement that into the rabies tag system that we're going to do
Yep.
going forward. And if there's an animal in our community that's lost, I'm not sure exactly where the scanner will be kept, if it'll be in-house or with John. But the point of it is dogs loose, running around, someone brings it up, they can quickly scan it. Just press the button down, it goes over the back of the animal. If it has a microchip, the number will pop up here. You put that number in an online database and it'll tell you who the chip is registered to.
that's great, Chris. Thank you for your participation. Would you put your name and number, phone number and email on that as
Sure.
well, and then give that to Lisa?
Yes.
And everybody that was involved in this event that was really, really well attended. Dr. Dazen was there once
Yes, he
again,
was.
who used to live in Shamong for many, many years now, comes from Philadelphia. So we appreciate everyone that was involved in that. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you. Next is the Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company Memorial Day Remembrance Ceremony, which is going to be held May 24th, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and there'll be a road closure. Any details on that? Anybody, Dave, you have anything about that? I see John's not here. Okay, Lisa, any details?
Just as you said, they're just looking for the road closure. It's their yearly ceremony that they do. So John Lyons, the OEM coordinator, has already done all the paperwork and gotten all the approvals to do that process. So we just have to approve it on our end.
So every year it's a great event. We'd ask you to bring your children out. They're on their bikes and decorated, kind of what we used to do back in the 60s and 70s for those of us who are old enough. And it's really a nice event. It'd be nice we get a little more participation from the community. So we'll put that on the web as well, Lisa, and make
Yes.
sure people know about that. All right, next is the Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company. They have a request for a coin drop, which will be held this year on Saturday, June 13th, 2026, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they've done that in the past. They have insurance. We ask for volunteers. Anybody that would like to sign up with that, please get a hold of us and we'll put you in contact with the chief. And we could use your help and participation. And they are permitted to use my parking lot if they reach out for you to have their barbecue, whatever they need to do there. Do we need a motion on that?
Yes, if we could get a blanket motion for items 3 and 4 for the fire department.
Yes, ma'am.
Make a motion for 3 and 4. I'll second.
Thank you both.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next was the Shamong Executive Subcommittee report for the EMS services, which I previously gave. If anybody has any comments, Deputy Mayor, do you have any, because we were at the meeting, do you have any other comments?
No, I mean, I thought it was a good, productive first meeting. And we're, like you said, taking all local squad proposals into account. We've obviously had talks with TRS in the past, so that's a group we will be meeting with. And I think we're on the right path. So good.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? All right, nothing to do there, other than we'll go to the next one, which is the approval to pay the Tabernacle Township invoice for an annual insurance reimbursement for the Tabernacle Rescue Squad in the amount of $8,455. Questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the 2026 budget introduction. Where do we stand with that, Lisa?
Nope, I'm sorry. So I'm not sure if the committee was ready to move forward. Unfortunately, we got this budget document at 1 o'clock today, so it wasn't enough time for everyone to dig in and actually look at it because it is very lengthy. So the few big items that we're looking at is what our updated cost for emergency management services is going to be. So we're already halfway through the year, but what the next few years are going to look like with that added cost. As we had previously said, the healthcare, we only have 4 employees on active healthcare, and then we have a few retirees, but that's gone up almost 36% this year. Pension's gone up as well. We also are funding the fire truck for about 60,000. That is due this year, every year, because we just took they just took it into their possession. So we'll start paying that in this budget. So like you had said, we are looking at a little bit of an increase. So if you wanted more time, we can also do a special session if you'd like to set up. So that way we can really dig into it, and come up with any collaborative ideas on it.
I think it'd be important for us to have a second look at this because
Yes.
we all got it at 1 o'clock today, and I don't think that's sufficient to go through. So why don't we schedule a special meeting and maybe we can do it by Zoom? Would that be something the public would be able to be
Yes.
participating in?
Yep.
So let's do that, and we'll do it before the next meeting if we can. And that way we can dig in this together and the public can have any questions or comments.
That sounds good. So it will be advertised on the website, the special session for it. We'll make it available by Zoom, and then we'll shoot, as long as everything's good, we'll shoot to do the introduction again on the June 9th meeting. It's the week after the election.
Perfect. Okay. And just on that point, the election is coming up on June 2nd, as most of you are aware. The mail-in ballots you may start receiving. I received mine today, so be on the lookout for that and encourage your neighbors to go out and vote for this year. Okay, next we're going to move to the resolutions. We'll try and move as quickly as possible. 2026 R-56, amending 2026 R-45, granting a raffle license to the Indian Mills Historical Society. And any questions or comments, Lisa?
This is just a correction. The gentleman at the state had originally told our office that it was okay as is last month, and then he called after the meeting and said that we had to take off the May 2027 date because he couldn't do over 365 days. So this is just amending it. So in January, we'll have the Historical Society reapply for new raffle licenses for 2027.
All right, perfect. Does that won't affect anything for this year for them?
Nope, nope.
All right, perfect. Do we need a motion?
Yes, please.
Please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you both.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, 2026 R-57, appointing special legal counsel for labor and employment matters pursuant to the local public contracts law. Solicitor, would you like to give us an update on that?
We have a legal matter that requires expertise in specific type of employment claims. I made a recommendation relative to that, and this is in furtherance of that. We have put hopefully it'll be resolved quickly. So we did put an hour limit and a dollar limit in the resolution to keep the costs under control. And obviously, if things progress further, we can always revisit that. But this is necessary in order to address legal issues that have been raised that are to provide Lisa the support that she needs.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please? Motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you both.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next, colorful language, 2026 R-58, respectfully requesting the $94 million increase in state aid in the FY 2027 budget, state budget, be fairly distributed to all municipalities and not only to a select few, some of whom willfully created unique financial crisis as their mayors irresponsibly curried favor with their voters while running for higher office. Anybody want to give any color on this?
No, I think yearly practice in the state budget of localities asking for money for special appropriations is probably something we just shouldn't do across the board. You know, we should have a formula and it should be divided evenly based on that plan.
So what we were talking about earlier, asking the governor's office to take a look at a special circumstance for Shamong this would be barred under the future?
That would be a law that's passed. So that's a little different than behind closed doors budget requests that get made. So it's a little different budget language and legislation. So this would be, that legislation is based on open space, an open space. It would create a new formula based on open space. That's why it would affect the Highlands and the Pinelands. And that pretty much would state that because the state commandeered a lot of the land and protected it, the amount of ratables these towns were able to build were artificially lessened. Therefore, they don't have the same tax money to support the schools. So
Got it.
that's creating a new.
All right, good.
Yeah.
And just, I reiterated something I mentioned before. I have been in contact with Senator Kim's office to see if he will propose legislation that will give some money back to the Pinelands, since we have that burden and we also have that great opportunity that our land's protected. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So we'll see if there's some gold in those hills. Of course, there's not a lot of money coming out of anywhere, so we don't know how far that'll go. All right, with those comments, does anybody will make a motion on 2026 R-58? If there's no motion, it dies.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Busitis?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
I vote yes. 2026 R-59, urging state leaders to implement fair and equitable reforms to mitigate the unsustainable increase in healthcare benefit premiums for public sector employees. The percentage increase this year is greater than 35%. Is that correct?
Yes, it is 36.25%. So this resolution is just in support to urge for assistance in reform, and it was suggested by the League of Municipalities.
Okay. Everybody had an opportunity to review it. If there are questions or comments, if not, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
Second?
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Busitis?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
I vote yes. 2026 R-60. This is in support of A 4860, which is called the Fairness for School Districts in Development Restricted Areas Act. And you heard comments from Heather in the audience earlier. Everybody had an opportunity to review that. Any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Busitis?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, 2026 R-61, which amends the salary resolution of 2025 R-68. Want to give us a little detail on that, Lisa?
Yeah, so we are looking for the salary resolution from last year to be updated to match the new hires that we're looking for. So our technical assistant had advised us that she is resigning her schedule. She didn't anticipate this because she was hired in December, but she's willing to stay on 2 days a week and stay on until May 29th to help train. So we're looking to bring in a secretary under her, not with a license, to go under her and start training. And then we'll see how long we can keep the current technical assistant on that 2-day schedule and see how that works out. But we're looking to bring in, this was someone that we had interviewed last year when we had the technical assistant position open. So we're looking to hire her for up to 20 hours per week at the rate of $19 per hour. As well as over in the clerk's office, after we've shaken out with the adjustments of Sue retiring, we are finding ourselves a little light in staffing. So we are also asking for Lisa Clemens, who's worked in the tax and finance department for 2 years, if we can expand her schedule to allow 10 hours. There is a spider.
It's a nice spider. Good job, Mike.
Thanks.
All right. Disgusting.
You're not gonna let a little spider knock you off your game, are you?
Thank you. Apologies. So we're just looking to borrow her from where she is. So she'll still work her 20 hours, 10 in tax and 10 in finance, but 10 hours a week in the clerk's office. So she can just help with coverage and start cross-training on some additional things. So she's been very eager to learn more and help out at the building. So we're just asking for an increase to $28 an hour per her to match her, new responsibilities.
Is that something that is reasonable in her position?
Yes, I believe so. Yes. She's been here for 2 years and she's done a really great job in the tax and finance department, especially with the transition. She's done a great job in taking over everything after I was doing it for a long time. So she's shown interest and she works really well with the residents. So we're excited.
Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
I vote yes, and there are no ordinances tonight. We have the approval of the attached bill lists, and this year.
You missed the budget.
The emergency.
Oh, sorry, thank you. 2026 R-62, which is emergency temporary budget appropriations. Lisa, what do we have going on there?
So this is just gonna get us through an additional few weeks since we haven't adopted the budget. So this is just adding some more funds to bills that we have to keep paying in the meantime.
Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
I vote yes. Next is the approval of the, no ordinances. Next is the approval of the attached bill list, which this month is $2,491,489.78. Lisa, can you give us a breakdown of where this $2.5 million is going?
Yes, April's Lenape Regional High School District was over 525,000. Shamong Township Board of Ed for April was 934,000. And we had our Burlington County second quarter taxes due for 933,000. So that leaves us, after those deducted, around 98,000.
And the 98,000 is what is running Shamong Township?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments? And you've had an opportunity to review it? If so, can we have a motion to pay the bills?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes.
Oop, I'm sorry, Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next, we're moving on to reports from our township engineer. Good evening, Joe. How are you tonight?
Good, thank you. Hope everyone else is well.
Doing well, thank you.
I have a few updates on, last week I met with, following up on the county's crosswalk report that they submitted that we talked about last meeting. We met with Atlantic City Electric to review the crosswalks at the Memorial School and the elementary school. We looked at the appropriate locations for lights. Atlantic City Electric is going to prepare a budget estimate that we can use for any costs related to those lights. Some lights require minor improvements that will likely have no cost to the township. There may be one that does. So he'll get that together and I'll report back at what's required for that. They made some recommendations in that report for lighting and sidewalk and striping. So the lighting was the first thing we'll get our handle on, and then we can proceed from there.
Is there any way to use solar there? Because of the zebra lights, we need to have it powered.
I'm not sure. I'll find out.
Okay, because we have power out to the school has powered out to their sign. That's
Yeah,
much
there's lights in the vicinity of all those crosswalks that wouldn't be a big lift to bring power to.
Okay.
But and they're really minor upgrades, I think.
Okay,
Except
great.
for one potential new pole.
It's such a small amount of power that
It is.
it can.
Yeah, it is. It is. And some one of the lights can be retrofitted, I think, with a longer arm and a new LED light that should do the trick. So he's looking into all of that. So once I get something back, I'll report that to you.
Okay.
Item number 2 is the annual stormwater report. We talked about being due May 1st. That was submitted. No issues there. That'll be due once again next May. For at Sign Road Phase 4, those plans are done. It'll go to DOT for approval to bid, and then we'll get pricing for that project. Incidentally, 2027 grant application was announced. It's due July 1st. So we will have to make a decision on what road to apply for. If it's phase 5, it's phase 5, but we can figure that out. I know one other road was identified as potentially needing improvements, so I'll get with Lisa, Public Works, and if there's no other pressing emergency road, then it's probably the next phase of that sign, I would suspect. On page 2, there's 3 grant projects highlighted there. We did not receive a grant for the 26th, the DCA Local Rec Improvement Grant Fund. About 80% of those grants got awarded to school districts. So I think for the second year in a row, they gave most of that money away to the schools, probably in balance for the other funding issues. But the other 2 projects will be ready for bid shortly, and we'll get them out the bid right away so we can construct them over the summer.
All right, great. Thank you
Okay,
for the
so-
update. Anybody have any questions or comments to Joe? Okay, next we got.
Sorry, the
Okay.
municipal park grant,
Mhm.
that's through the county, right?
Yes.
Do you have any, do we know if they're bringing that back for 26?
I don't know. I think last year in 2025, I think one of the reasons why it was brought back was because so much of the grant money went to the schools from the local rec program.
Okay.
And I guess state shifted money to the county for this program
Yeah,
to
that-
be kind of resurrected because it disappeared for about 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I was really pleasantly surprised when they brought it back. That was always a
Yeah.
great program, and I was happy to see them,
I
spread it
agree.
out evenly to every town like it used to happen. So
And it's very easy to manage that grant program to the
Yeah.
county.
no, that was always a really good program. I remember reporting on it a long time.
I'll reach
Yeah.
back out to Mary Pat, who runs
Okay.
that program,
Oh,
and
Mary-
see if there's an update on the
Love Mary Pat.
on this year's grant program, and maybe it's coming.
Cool.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay.
Next, our township solicitor. Good evening, Doug. How are you?
Good evening, doing well. How's everyone?
Good.
I just want to give another update on Bighorn. Some more progress this month. On April 20th, they received a verbal from Pinelands that they should have a favorable LOI issued shortly on their proposed projects for both the landfill and the Murphy's Pit sites. On April 29th, the BPU approved the community solar project on the Murphy's Pit site, and they expect BPU approval for the landfill site shortly. They are going to be closing on both properties. One is through our tax lien foreclosure process for the landfill. The other is for acquisition from the current owner of the pit site. And they anticipate that will be in June or July. The only other item that I wanted to mention is that as part of their acquisition process, they have negotiated with the current owner the ability to take some initial steps while they're under contract to address site access out there. When I spoke to you last month, we had spoken to them. Counsel for one of the residents was on the call with us as well. It was my understanding they were going to go out shortly and fell some trees to further secure the site. That has not yet happened as of today. So the word back today is that they're going to have somebody out there within a week or so to do that. But in my mind, the big timeline is when they get to closing in June or July is when they intend to proceed with some initial site improvements, most notably fencing. And so we're just going to continue to follow up with them, give you updates, give the community updates so that we can relay what's happening out there. But everything is moving in a very positive direction. Large projects, DPU involved, Pinelands involved. So it doesn't happen overnight, but everything seems to be moving in a very positive direction. I'm just happy that we can report progress every month. So taking steps forward.
Thank you, Doug. Anything
right.
further?
That's it. Thank you.
Any news on the circle?
I did get a notification. I'll talk to you afterwards. There's an upcoming Pinelands. I'm not sure if it's a hearing date or action date, but I'll relay that information to you and then you can make it available to the residents through the website.
That would be important. Make sure that gets on the web. Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions or comments for Doug? All right, now we'll go to a township administrator. Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening. Just leaving a note for myself. Okay, so some of the new items, as we had just spoken when Chrissy was up, the 2026 rabies clinic and microchipping was held on Saturday, April 25th at IMMS. We had 64 vaccinations completed, so that was a really great turnout. The CERT team that John Lyons had brought and gotten together did really great assisting us with that. And we got through the rain. It always rains. The Shamong Memorial Day Remembrance Ceremony is scheduled to be held on Sunday, May 24th, approximately 10 a.m. So you can check back on the OEM website or on Facebook because John Lyons will be posting more about that. We will be expecting the Seneca Seniors Day of Service here at the Township Building on June 4th. They're going to do what they always do every year and work on some of the flower planting and flower beds and do some work around here. And then on Sunday, June 14th, between 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., in Mount Holly is going to be America's 250th festival. So it is held right on High Street in Mount Holly. So it's featuring numerous historical reenactors, live music, and other entertainment, food trucks, kids' activities. So our historical society is looking to be there. So I'm moving things around. I added the GIF report down here. So moving things around a little bit. So on our GIF report, we have 0 lost accidents for Shamong Township year to date as of February 28th. The 2026 elected officials training just wrapped up. Joanne attended a planning retreat on April 21st for us. Part 2 of our mandatory cyber training has opened, so everyone in our office should have gotten emails out. So parts 1 and 2 must be completed, so our deductible doesn't increase. Burlington County Park System offers free wellness classes and stress reduction activities for all to enjoy, so you can visit the county website for additional information. And the next meeting is at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, May 19th. And I have all of the department head reports. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to get an answer for you on them. And we don't have John Lyons here tonight.
Okay, so no OEM management report. John is not here. Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company, I don't see anybody here. And also I do see Tabernacle Rescue Squad. Dave, good evening. Anything you'd like to say tonight? Other than groan?
Dave Taylor, One Meeting House Court, Tabernacle Rescue Squad. I gave everybody a report, excuse me. Lisa's got 3 pages. The rest of you have 2 pages. The power went out just as I was completing this. The page that you're missing is the first, is daily run reports from the county software. So just a lot of detail. You have the totals. The second page that you have are month-to-date totals. First off, we had 100% shift coverage throughout the month, 63 BLS calls and 21 ALS calls. The second page, which is the page that I was just referring to, it gives you daily details from the 1st through the 14th of the month. But most importantly, at the bottom, there were 0 calls missed due to no duty crew. 35 of our responses were in Shamong Township. 56% were, 56 were in Tabernacle, and 34 were mutual aid dispatches. You've got other breakdowns there. If you have specific questions, I would be happy to answer them to the best of my ability now or afterwards or any other time.
Thank you, Dave. Anybody have any questions or comments to Dave?
All right.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate you coming. All right, that looks like we've gone through everything on our agenda. Now we'll open back up the meeting to a public comment. Anybody have any questions or comments that haven't been answered? Okay.
Yep.
You just made it up, Diana, before we closed it. Hi, good evening.
Antonucci 2 Stony
Pull that
Creek
mic
Court.
closer and then yell.
Diana Antonucci 2 Stony Creek Court.
Well,
I have 2 things actually. Just an update on the pit. It's still a problem. There were 2 trucks on Stony Creek as I was leaving for this meeting, full of young males. One of them had a dirt bike. there was another truck parked in front of the pit on Atson, and there were more people in the pit riding around. It's been the last 5 or 6 days, every day. Yesterday, it was 6 hours. Very loud. It's chaos. So I will be very happy when they start putting up a fence. Hopefully, June is what they're saying now for a fence.
They're anticipating closing in June or July.
Okay. Okay. And the other thing is, I don't know, I'm assuming some of you have contact with our volunteer firefighters. We had to call them recently. Outstanding job. It turned out to be nothing. We had a fire alarm going off. We couldn't figure out why. It's screaming fire, fire. We were running around the house, couldn't find anything. So we called 911. 911 put us in touch with them. There had to be like 6 vehicles showed up in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. They were there fast. They went all through the house. Spectacular.
I'll relay your comments to them.
Yeah,
Thank them
yeah.
for coming out.
Thank
Next
you.
time, send Steve around to look around the house.
We did. We looked everywhere. We couldn't find it. And it's still screaming fire, fire. We were like, and we're freaked out.
Got it. Okay. I'm glad that there was nothing wrong there. Thank you for your comments. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Seeing and hearing none, we'll close the meeting to public comment and request a motion for an adjournment. Unless you all want to stay.
Make them. I will second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We appreciate you.
Made it to our firehouse yet, or is it still up in North Jersey?
I
getting
lit-
lettering?
Yeah,
It is.
last I hear. Thanks. We're gonna have to go